some factions that say we got to go blow ourselves up, and that's obviously
some
wrong.
Some factions of Christianity that are like that too, right?
The 100%, absolutely, in America, right?
And I guarantee you, if we were being invaded and attacked, there'd probably be some radical fundamentalist Christians that would want to do the same thing. How do you know this? Where are you getting this from? Like, too much of it is applicable.
Right.
Like, they knew too much about human. There's so much weirdness. There's so much knowledge in there. There's so much. They had so much of an understanding of human nature and how to get along peacefully with each other. And what are the principles of harmony?
Right.
Like, what are the rules that you can have to have a society function in a beautiful way?
Bro, just think about it though. Like, what other than the creator would be the one to be able to make mankind, who's like in this time of war, just killing each other back and forth, no peace whatsoever, and he makes everyone relax and start treating each other with respect and with love and with peace? Come on now.
Assalamu alaikum. Without further ado, let's get into this reaction.
Islam originally was they were scientists, man. I mean, if you look at the early Islamic world, they were the ones that were the most advanced at one point in history. They were the ones that were pushing mathematics and science and reason and logic. You know, it's just it comes in cycles, man. It comes in cycles of suppression and dominance, and you know, the real concern is unstoppable dictatorships like China and Russia, and when there's no dissent and no discussion.
I've got a lot of friends who are Arabs. I've spent a lot of time in the Middle East. I love them. They're awesome. There are some.
Okay. All right, bro. Straight up, I gotta chime in. Anytime somebody says that, I got a lot of friends that are Arabs, or I have a lot of friends that are black. It just, come on, bro. Like nothing good. You guys peep that or no?
Yeah. And it's funny because he didn't say a lot of Muslim friends. He said a lot of Arab friends. Like the
what?
two are interchangeable.
Some factions that say we got to go blow ourselves up, and that's obviously wrong.
Some factions of Christianity that are like that too, right?
The 100%, absolutely, in America, right?
And I guarantee you, if we were being invaded and attacked by Muslims all the time, there'd probably be some radical fundamentalist Christians that would want to do the same thing,
right?
That some Muslim sects have done.
That was Was he defending Muslims?
Bro, I honestly think he was. I honestly think he was. SubhanAllah.
This was a change of pace, bro, from his usual. Because, bro, there's a bias that we're gonna get into at the end, but Joe Rogan's been known for only bringing ex-Muslims and Islamophobes to speak about the deen. Not someone like Muhammad Hijab that can just say it as it is.
Yeah.
But have y'all noticed that anytime he has a guest on, his expression changes, like his personality kind of just shifts and molds to whoever he's talking to?
Yeah,
so,
I think that's
I know what you mean.
Yeah, like he'll talk to someone who's an Islamophobe and then be like, yo, like what the hell? Like what are these people doing? But then he'll talk to someone who's about Islam and he's like, yo, like, I think it's crazy that they did this, and that. And so I think he intuitively understands, and I think everyone else intuitively understands that Muslims aren't what the West has made us out to be. Where it's like, if we were, bro, the whole world would be done.
That is true. That is true.
Facts, bro.
It would have been done a long time ago too.
Yeah, real talk.
Hondo. All right, let's get into the second clip.
You had a time machine, sit down with the very people who were trying to figure out how to write this stuff down, and that this is important information to pass on to other people. Like, how do you know this? Where are you getting this from? Like, too much of it is applicable. Like, they knew too much about human. There's so much weirdness. There's so much knowledge in there. There's so much. They had so much of an understanding of human nature and how to get along peacefully with each other, and what are the principles of harmony? Like, what are the rules that you can have to have a society function in a beautiful way?
Well, do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
Yeah.
That's pretty good wisdom.
Right. For people that were literally tooth and claw.
That summarizes life. Like, know that piece of wisdom and live your life that way.
Yeah.
And you're going to be in pretty good shape. Everybody would be pretty good shape if everybody lived by that.
Bro, just think about it though. Like, what other than the creator would be the one to be able to make mankind, who's like in this time of war, just killing each other back and forth, no peace whatsoever, and he makes everyone relax and start treating each other with respect and with love and with peace. Come on now.
Yeah.
It's almost like him saying literally that how could they know all this? There's too much. It's like you're sub-communicating that it's not logical that a man would have revelation just out of thin air. Makes no sense.
Yeah, subhanAllah, 100%. And if you look at the Prophet ﷺ, what did he do? Like, these were Bedouin Arabs. These people were not civilized at all, like at all. And the Prophet ﷺ, he came to them. Like, these people were burying their daughters alive, right? This is the level. This is the severity of the situation with these people. And the Prophet ﷺ made them into civilized people that ended up conquering Persia and Rome. There's a reason they were unconquered, because nobody cared to conquer a bunch of Bedouin Arab people with in the middle of nowhere. And this became the leading nation for like 1,000 years.
Do you feel, without defining it as God or whatever, you feel like there's some sort of a creator that's responsible for all of this? Or a creation force or something?
Bro, does that bother you how much they just can't say God, or am I the only one?
No, it's a problem. It is a big problem, because you're so anti-theist that you say some creating thing. Really? Some creating thing? Really?
Yeah, I know. We were in the school where we were learning about like ancient like physiology and like just ancient medicine, and seeing how it's changed over time. There's this one person who was talking about spinal nerves, and he figured a lot of things out, and he was saying like we must treat medicine like the way God intended us, right? The way God designed us for healing, for health, not for monetization and, you know, putting all these things into us, foreign things, medications, pharmaceuticals, right? And bro, I was dead ass just like okay with that and accepting that. And then my prof, who decides he wants to give a tafsir on this whole thing, he's like, oh, what the author meant by that was like the universe, like nature and like evolution selecting like he didn't mean like God, like as if he's trying to be like ashamed and like giving like a disclaimer, like bro, no one except you just. And then all the whole class was like, oh yeah, like of course. Like bro, what?
That is very stupid.
I do, and you know, there's a religious aspect, but I'm just going back to the scientific aspect, like an eyeball. How does an eyeball evolve? Because like in theory, you know, the cosmic ray hits the tadpole, and one guy it gets mutated. But if you only have half of an eyeball, that's not going to help you out evolutionary. You're going to die, right? You kind of need the whole thing. Otherwise, all the intermediate steps are just you're in worse shape than your buddy until the eyeball's working and can detect things.
Damn, retired NASA astronaut and commander of the International Space Station.
SubhanAllah. Arguing for
Theist,
creationism.
bro, he's a theist. Most people are. They don't have that clear-cut answer, which is just Islam.
Yeah. SubhanAllah. SubhanAllah.
Yeah. We got the last clip, bro. I just want to go in on something.
Yeah, I was gonna say, imagine if these people actually sat down with the person of knowledge and actually, you know, wholeheartedly, genuinely had this discussion and asked for the evidences. It was provided to them. You know, somewhere secluded where they can actually reflect and think and have their questions answered properly. Imagine how beneficial that would be.
You think
like,
JR has a
imagine Joe
bias?
Rogan accepts Islam. 100%. Everyone has a bias, man. Everybody. But where the issue is, where does his bias come from, and what is it? All right. Yeah. What's up?
You know what? You know what's crazy though? I think it's crazy that this man and pretty much every atheist out there is saying like, oh, well, you know, without calling it God, and you know, what if there's no creator and all that stuff? But it's like the Sheikh has said when he was asked, like, oh, what are you gonna do when you die and you find out that there's no God and there's no heaven and hell? And he's like, oh, well, I'm gonna be a lot better off than when you find out that there is. You know, so it's like if there's no science that disproves God, like why not take the bet on like, hey, it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Where it's like, look, I'm gonna believe in this, and if at the end of the day it's not, which I listen, if you read the Quran, there's no way that you can doubt it, right?
Yeah. There's no way you can doubt Islam looking into it. But if you're speaking out of your rear, like Anha was saying, how, you know, those people that are just, they don't want to say God, they don't want to admit it, it's because they haven't done the work. If you don't want to live in fear, right? If you don't want to just be like, okay, I want to just bet. If I had to be safe, I'm going to bet Islam. If you don't want to be safe, do the research. Everything's out there. Hit us up. Do some simple work. We're not scholars or anything, but that's essentially what we're trying to do. Just destigmatize this whole stigma with Islam in the West. And if you can't do that, it's just arrogance. It's all ego. What does Islam linguistically mean? Submission to God. You can't submit to God or anything if you have ego.
Yes, facts.
You know, when you watch the Muslims gather around Mecca and go around that
Hajj,
circle, if you don't think there's something kind of beautiful about that, amazing about that, they all peacefully get there, they all dress the same, and they all like move around this thing and show respect. Obviously, it's doing something for them. It has this profound effect on them.
That's it.
That's it. Like, there's no more.
That's it, bro.
SubhanAllah.
Joe Rogan be sounding like Andrew Tate on Fresh and Fit, saying, if I had to gamble and bet on one religion like it's a stock market, I'm gonna bet on Islam. Why are you donating 20K to the Romanian church, to the Orthodox church every month? Then it makes no sense, bro. You can't. You gotta walk the talk.
Yeah, SubhanAllah. And in that case, I would ask, then just bet on it, because you have to bet on something. You do have to bet on something. That's the thing. It's not a choice. You have to choose to believe or disbelieve. And so just become Muslim at that point. But with Joe Rogan, it's funny how he says like it must be doing something for them. And Muhammad Hijab talked about this a bit when he commented on these comments. But it's like
go on.
Yeah, he's looking at it from like, you know, they're going so it can do something for them, not they're Muslim so they can do something for God, you know. And at the end, we get reward, we benefit. Doing halal only benefits you, and avoiding haram only benefits you. But that's from the mercy of Allah. Allah could have made it in a way where it doesn't help you, doesn't harm you, but you have to do it anyways. But Allah is so merciful that He created everything in a way and made halal halal and haram haram, which is actually the best way to live life for us. Alhamdulillah.
What's more fascinating, Akhi, is that not only that, Allah didn't owe us any type of feedback. Like Allah could have, you know, just given us like all the good things and not shown us that they're good, or bad things and not shown us they're bad. We know they're bad. Alcohol is bad. You'll know. Weed is bad. You'll know. Eating pork is bad. You'll know. Even things that people can't form the wisdom from, like, oh, why is listening to music haram? Bro, most of the music today, like the rap music and all that, is 440 hertz. And we already know what that does to your brain. It's not good. But as Muslims, the first reason we shouldn't do anything is because Allah said so. But if you want some evidence to strengthen your iman, there's too much, bro.
But there's a problem. All right, there's a problem with him in specific, Joe Rogan, because you got to remember this man. He's got like I think it's over 10 million contract that he has with Spotify.
100 million.
100
million. We got 2 minutes before we wrap it up, but yeah.
Listen, 100 million. That's gonna influence what you say, how you think, how you express yourself. So he's got a big block in the way.
100%, bro. But it reminds me of a hadith. I believe it was speaking about Jibreel alayhi salam. if I'm not mistaken, it's not in the Quran, it's Hadith, and he was seeing what hellfire is, right? And he's seeing how it's like no one in the right mind would want to be there voluntarily, and then he's seeing the things around hellfire, all the temptations, all the desires, all the things that will lead us there, and he's just like, man, everyone's gonna go there, and he's looking at Jannah and all the hard work and all the things that it's gonna take, and it's like, if you want to be hedonistic, come on, man, this nothing good comes from quick impulses, lust, desires, and there's a lot of immense benefits from that hadith.
Yeah, subhanallah. There's also another hadith that very similar. The Prophet ﷺ, he said that heaven is veiled with hardships and hell is veiled with desires.
Exactly, bro. Same thing.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan, man. If for some reason you watch this, you already know what to do, man. You feel some type of way. You got that cognitive dissonance. I got that cognitive dissonance. Anghel got it. Rami got it. And we didn't shy away from it. We went towards it. But what are you gonna do?
Jeez. He would think, yeah, like my plan is aligned with Allah's plan because everything is functioning so smoothly. But then out of nowhere, there's a sticking point and like nothing's happening. And to him, he's like going crazy, and he's pretty much second guessing, doubting, and just chaotic, for lack of better words. But it's in that time where he needs to be as patient as possible and continue to trust in the Creator and continue to do whatever it is he started doing, keeping the same energy that he started with in order for him to pass the test.